Okay, so this video I'm trying to make it up. So this is the the, the official Splunk attack data repository. So it has the attack data, the datasets. It's basically a repository of curated datasets. Okay, so there have been various attacks, and during the trial, so during making this Splunk dataset, they have to also give the audience some actual things that they would can use a test or during learning or anything. So the author will be Patrick Burris, and this is it. It's 2020. It came out in 2021. Yeah. So the description of this, you can see the atomic test results, the volume coefficient recipes are basically things that do in Windows. It's a Windows thing, so it makes sense in Windows, but it doesn't make sense with other things. So this is totally offline version of checking all of this. But yeah, we have to establish the Splunk's server for this thing. Okay, let's get into it. So first of all, when you go into this site, this is github.com Splunk attack data. This is pretty much taken this data, so it's pretty much been, yeah. And yeah, this is a public repository, so I mean you can also find anything. You can find other things as well. But yeah, let's stick to it. The thing is that most of the things that we know about the Splunks are usually for the entry level ones are more about Windows, because most of the data set, most of the things that the EDI evasion, everything happens in Windows, and most of the companies as well, they use Windows for their services. So yeah, it makes sense, I mean, to use it for Windows. Yeah, we can use it for Mac as well and Linux as well, but it depends on the company's terms and services and what they use the devices. So it depends on company to company, but let's start it with it. So we have Windows, and first of all you get this thing, and then you will find which part can have it, yeah, make it happen. And then you'll find bin, yeah. You don't have to go to the bin, I mean, yeah, okay. So let's go to there, and this is the file that you see that we will discuss later a bit. These are they expect to be used with this with Splunk. So they expect you know this Python and know how to use them to automate your services and automate your whole thing. So, and then you can go to this as well. I mean, most of the people, companies, they expect that you know also about this. This is called log binder. So log binder is something that this is also for Windows. You can go and download here. You can check it out. So this is free versus enterprise. So for learning purpose, you can use the free one. There's a product solution. So why is it good? It is good because, I mean, yeah, as you can say, so it's like it takes the Windows events and then it sort of like checks into it, and it takes, and yeah, so it's kind of like centralized. So it's like there's a centralized thing which checks all of the Windows events and makes the collection, and then yeah, and then there are load balancer, thousands of computers between multiple event collectors. So maybe let's say there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, multiple event collectors. So it is not centralized, let's say. And there is a one device, two device, or maybe just one device. Let's say so one device. Many companies are reading from it. So the thing is that whatever happens to it, the the load the load of all the load balances of all the companies, it is good. So through this we can, so it is basically it is expected to, so you can go to their site and then you can go for the most latest version. 15, as you can see here at the time I'm making this video, and how long have you been using. So yeah, you can check submit, and then you'll get you'll get to the. So that's it. Okay. Okay, so then we see that in bins there are things for automation. The automation, data set analyzer, schema registration. Yeah, you can get it. You can get it if you just open it and read it. But let's go to the important part, which is the data sets. So for the data sets, so we can see that they have massive amount of things. Yeah, you can see that they just updated this one. They just updated last week. So expect that their repositories will um, go more bigger and bigger with more time. So we get more and more things to do. But also each of these are not just there. Each of these have something outside of them. So for example, let's say this Olama. Olama is a service. So you want to see what this Olama. Olama is a ML service. So this is Olama. So it can be downloaded. It's an AI service that can be downloaded and you can use natively, and it is basically made by your um, Meta. So this is the app.log. You can see that this you can see probably yeah. So the timer is given Windows. So these are the things that what happens when the Olama starts this user history. So you can see all of these. You can take this file and you can go into your Splunk and then feed this data, this data set. So this app.log. You have the YML files as well. Yeah, so this YML files you can know that where it came from, where is it. You don't need fun to analyze it. I mean, you just can read file to see. Yeah, so this is the thing. It is like a bunch of YMLs you need to. Yes, maybe you can use AI or something. Okay. Yeah, and there's the server.log. Let's see what is there. So this is when the Olama starts, and then it starts getting used to the site. This is what happens. Device is CUDA with device visible. You it is the each of the visible devices. You can about JPS version. So basically, what kind of devices we are using, and this is their server configuration, the environments, where is it, so is it there, so what does it contain, so you're using from localhost, so you can get from the localhost and the local Google API, we're using Olama. So it's basically that this one has been we can see from we actually don't need Splunk to realize, but let's say this was run from a laptop. This laptop is a yeah, so this was the RAM which was detected, so the GPU was also detected. So you can just take it and copy it and then search, yeah, what's this GPU? Can you Google or any kind of, so this is more likely the GPU ID. And then you can see the name here. It is RTX 4040 4070 GPU overhead. This much you can where this is CUDA. The version you can get, the driver version you can get 12.9. The complete version is 6.8. Yeah, you can you can see that they also use the old CUDA drivers. This actually the app is updated. So that also says that our machine that has been using this is not up to date drivers, or maybe there is, so this is also a potential what is it, a potential um, uh, failure for that, because for older older CUDA drivers there can be malwares, like you can say that there's CUDA older CUDA drivers, um, um, binary patches, binary patch, binary patch. Let's say yeah, there's no official, but you can get it, like you can or you can say exploits, yeah, or exploit, and you can go into anywhere, mass compute or something like that, or you can go into anywhere, just read about it, and then you can say that your GP has this kind of problem is very much important in your, yeah, say this, and this is the CVE. You can go to the CVE and also read about this. Yeah, so this is what happened in the Unix server. So you can check that if this is the driver, then is this is the driver version, or later on, or say that these the newer drivers of the, so maybe of these drivers, or maybe the other drivers, so we can perform this exploit. This exploit has been tested, so you can perform this exploit since they have not made their system better. So this, so you can, yeah, so it's very useful for your pen testing. Um, Also expected that, yeah, so yeah, you don't basically require Splunk for it, but like if you want to find something, let's say we want to find, say, the message part, or we want to find the ID of the GPU, or we want to find the detected OS VRAM overhead. We have various files, bigger files, many files of it. So then we can do that. We can see that if it has CUDA, and if it has this kind of library, then it is not efficient, or it is not, it has some issues. You can say, yeah, a log file can show many of the things. A log file has actually, basically the log file, the intention of the log file is to monitor all of those things, right? So this is why the log files becomes important. And tools like Splunk, you can use them and do that. So you can see that, yeah, what happened at each part, and the VMM, so is device 0, so most probably, now they are not using VM, they are using the, so because that um, this one is expected to run when you take these files. Let's say you take this file, you take this file, and then let's say you take this file and then feed it to Splunk. It expects to load it locally. So 192.168, 192.168, your yeah, 0.1.1.0.0, and so it's in the localhost. Okay, so it's in the localhost, and then you upload all of these things for, say, this one. Now let's say we are wanting to find attack techniques, say um, atomic red team. So these are more like, I think they're pen testing team which have tested on it. So you can say, okay, so I'm good at with these kind of things. I'm not good with exactly this kind of things. So let's say I'm from red team. I'm a bad guy. So I've been doing RAR SFX execution service. Okay, okay. So let's say we are doing some registry entry, file list registry entry. Okay, so they have done this. They have found that this is the thing. This is how it happened. Yeah, I can find the metadata where it has been. So starts is this, and then you can find in the manager at the log. Yeah, so log you can find the, yeah, this is the log. But now can you see that you can go through this manually, but you cannot go manually through this manually because it's a very long file to read. It would take a long time. But this is for this exactly you need Splunk. You need Splunk to do all of these things, and this um, just the whole general idea that we use Splunk for, right? So yeah, so you can go to any of the files and find something. Let's say you want to find this, and yeah, so based on your kind of detection, let's say we want to find honeypots. If there is honeypots inside your computer, you can Casper datasets, so you can get these system monitor log. So you can find system, what happened in the system monitor. You can find these logs, event logs. So these are in Windows event collectors. So you, so basically what is this data set is that it's a collection of all the kinds of Windows. So they took some suspicious machines, okay, and then they collected all the events that has these problems, these all of these problems it had. So they knew that this has these problems, and they actively tested it, so that, or maybe they simulated the attacks and then they tested it. So how it works out, how malware it has, blah, blah, blah. I have to open this because I, so you can see acid ray, agent Tesla, everyone. You can find random chaos ransomware. Maybe you can find this and spread in root drivers. You can find it. So this is what happens. So this is what happens when this thing happens. to actually go through one by one, you need tools like your own meta or Splunk, so that you exact. But you also have to have experience to know that exactly that I want to go here, just like I did at the first day. Yeah, I knew that there were version of the GPU, of course. If you run an LLM or AI in your system, then there must be GPU access, or there must be their GPU version of it. So by that I can detect your um, this, and then yeah, so Splunk can be good and bad as well. Use it responsibly. Anyway, so this is the whole. Oh yeah, I have talked about this. I have to talk. Yeah, I can get the rest of the things from here from me. You can yeah check all of these things, how to use them, how to use them. Yeah. So it is expected that you know all of this. You just don't just know this Splunk. You also know all of these things. So dataset analyzer. What is this? So this is data scientific data. Eight. So it is. You know that this one is made officially by yeah, Splunk, right? So this is Patrick Hayes. I think he's one of yeah, he's one of the contributors. So you can so he made this series and where you can use the dataset analyzer instead of doing anything. You can get this. So it is. Okay, so you can get the basic config. You can make you can use Python, see how they use Python, they import in YML so that they can test it. If there is no YML, then libraries, then there will be yeah, YML not installed. So it's a very clever code. I mean, they really matter. They really care about it. I mean, you can also use on these as well because pathlib maybe. Oh, sorry. You can also use this UU3ID or UUID. For them, you can also art parse. No, you don't need them. These classes maybe you can do it for all of these as well because you can if none of these there, so most probably they don't have Python, so it can so this pop up this message warning that you don't have Python installed. You can install it with this command or use that. We expect Windows users are mostly dumb, so they don't know that we have to install something to run it, so you can do that. Yeah, my apologies. I'm not getting to any Windows user by the way. So I just don't prefer it. So these are the category rules, dataset. They make classes, and see, this is the most important part of dataset analyzer. So they made dataset info, so this info has name, and then string type path, string type source type, string path, and the source, of course, source, and this is string type, but this is kept optional, and then we kept it as none because it might not have the source, okay, or they might not want to give the source, so is by default set as none. Pattern string, and this is the part that you would ask me why is it not set to none, because it is not set to none because it's a description, right? By common sense, I mean, description shouldn't description shouldn't be none, right? I mean, let's say we want to search for a product and you say what is the description for this, it either shows empty or it shows yeah it shows something, so it is expected, so it means that it has not been added but it will be added. So this is why it has been not been none. And if you introduce none, then it will be like, yeah, it doesn't have a description. So what is this then? Yeah, so this category doesn't have those description. I mean, it's kind of weird. It's like, yeah, it doesn't have it. So yeah, okay, it doesn't have it. It's blank. So maybe they don't want to talk about it, or they don't want to show the so this yeah. um, and then if I find this, yeah, it might not have this because maybe some of the Windows things are like that they shouldn't, even to a security personnel, they don't have to show the strings, okay, so this description might have some important information that some should be exposed to anyone. I mean, not even to the admin or someone who is pen testing as well. So some things are off limits, so basically the string can be empty, okay. Yeah, so maybe this is not in the data set and not in our things of for that particular event, say for this. So okay, let's start with this. So this is data set analyzer. You get the initialize state, there is their space path, and then we provide mappings, initialize windows event log provider. So it will collect all of these things, okay. So this is the source, yeah, that you can see now where we are getting source, we're getting source type, we're getting name, subject. You can also add more if you want. You can also add Microsoft Windows system logs, system manager. I think there is one system, yeah, Windows log system manager, the system manager. So whatever the name is, you can do that, and then you have to type source type name. You can say, yeah, we want to go into Windows log event security, so we can get there. So there's a collection of it. You can make more than, or you can make it more like, yeah, user defined. So these are the things. I mean, yeah. So you can read of all of these, and then you can see whatever exactly the dataset schema, JSON. So you can get the schema from there, this, and this. We have property author, this, everything. So Mitre techniques is there. Patterns of the so you parse that this is the pattern D, D4, D3. Yeah, it should be like that. You get me. Validate the PY. So this is the script that it validates all the files in a specified directories against a predefined JSON schema. So if I know the data YAML file to confirm this specific structure, because it might be some, so there might be things that YAML file which may be introduced by malwares, which are waiting to be opened and are really bad for your computers, and they are bad illegitimate files. They are not exactly following the YAML structure, so you can say that yeah, they need to follow this. And SQ detection, yeah, SQ detection runner, so you can find all of these things. You have to read about it. I mean, you can read about it. Dataset replay the UI, find change dataset. So you can see that if datasets are, you are doing it live, okay, and if they're, yeah, we can do it statically. Most probably we will do it static. But let's say we are doing a live detection. So what would happen? So you would need to have this and script define change the environment for replay. When you replay it and then you say, okay, oh my god, that change script has changed this. Yeah, simplify the best logic from GitHub. Yeah, so basically you can read that about it, read about it. So, okay, so that's it for this whole thing, and I think you can understand that. Yeah, and any problem, anything that um, you feel about, you can ask me directly. Yeah, and if you want more insight on it, then I might make another video on it if you want, and show that how it is used with this Splunk. You can also do that. I can also make with these. We can. Yeah, I think that would be a good as well. Good. Yeah. Okay. So that's it. That's what that's the summarize. So the summarization of it. So that is the repository of how anatomy. So dataset may be like this, okay, and so you can check the environment. So what happens is that you can start, you, if you are in Mac, then you can, yeah. So this is I think Mac specific, yeah. Homebrew for Mac. For Windows, you don't need to. So if you have different OS, then you can go here and then you can say, yeah, well, how to install it in this, that, in Debian, Mac OS, RL, Windows, then you go to here and then you follow this steps basically. Yeah. For now we are going to for Docker. Yeah. So Docker distros are called recipes. So you use Debian or maybe like Ubuntu, like Kali, whatever you want to use. It doesn't matter which operating system you use. You just have to know about it. You just have to know how to look exactly. You can look into it with a age-old, very old Linux as well, but you can also find something with it. So it just depends on you, how much experience you are. And if you work on it, obviously you are going to get experience. So keep on working on it. So this is the whole point of this whole repository. So to make someone work on it, work on that thing. So this is more like it can also be like um, marketing strategy for Splunk. I'm not saying that, but yes, it's good. It's good. I totally support them. Anatomy of a data set is anatomy. I mean, if um, Splunk is doing this, so this is for the good. For the good. I mean, it's good, right? Yeah, if you didn't have this, but then you'd have to write those things, you have to write other things, you write all the things, the bin, this, and it would have been messy. So the datasets. When you use those scripts to find the Windows log or system logs, then you take it to Splunk, and then yeah, so it should look like this. They show that the anatomy of dataset, the dataset should look like that, and then the environment where this issues were collected will be over there. So yeah, how do you do it? It will say, and replay dataset. Most of the times will be raw log files. Okay, so the two main way to ingest it is more like a data science thing. You can use a Splunk, yeah, using replay py, yeah, we'll do this, and download the dataset, pass an argument in the next step, yeah, like run type on this, okay. And then you can also do UI. So download the dataset, okay, in Splunk, add data, files and directories, then select the dataset, right? Add data, so where you go to your files and wherever this is, and then you find the dataset, and then you set the source type as specified in the YML file. Okay, so this is why we require YML file. Source type, yeah. So then you explore your data. So, I mean, like you can go to here and then see a good demo process of this. I mean, they have also made, they are really good, and they have made this by Jose Hernandez. Okay, yeah, bro, you just have to see your, I mean, it's even better. So you can explore this Splunk Enterprise. You can, yeah, how he says it. So you can go to any videos and find it. The thing is that you have to do it. You have to do it to know it. I mean, yeah. And even I didn't use Splunk. I just learned 3 minutes ago. So yeah, much. Yeah. I know it from before, but yes, kind of know. But I know how to where to look. Yeah, you will also know how to look in few days. We keep on doing it. And so from atomic setting, make it PI2, and how to do it. Yeah, I just contribute the dataset. You can also contribute to dataset, like you can make it, you can also dump it here. Yeah, it's you can also contribute it here. It's good, right? Automatically generated dataset. You can now if you do this, then it's a good thing because if there is a thing that Splunk cannot do, then yes, of course, it would be a good thing. I mean, yeah, because all these people contributed. You have this data set, right? You have all of this. It should be, and when you learn it, then it is expected. Please do this. Yeah, I recommend it. Please do this. It's also good for professional. It looks like that. Yes, you are a professional. You use it and you dump it, and it's just like poor people attitude. I mean, you can, um, not poor people. I mean, it's like, yeah, it's really not good attitude. Yeah, you can also don't care about it, but still, I mean, yeah, you wouldn't be here if people hadn't done this before. So yeah, it's good. Please do. It also adds your good project. It shows that yes, you know you have potential of doing it. And then you can have automated data set, generated data set. This project takes advantage of data set using attack range, so you can generate, like as I've told you, that you can explore the Windows parameters, and then you can check, you can add more events, or lessen the events, or go to the specific events that you want only. And just like this is the author, and you should check the other repositories as well. So this is it. This is for the video. So summarizing all of it. Thanks for watching.